When life rips you open, it doesn't just hurt, it rewrites you. You don't bounce back. You crawl, you swear. You lay in bed at night staring at the ceiling, wondering how the fuck you're supposed to be the same person after this. Loss, betrayal, the kind of pain that doesn't just take something from you, it takes you. You don't just lose what happened. You lose the version of yourself who believed the world made sense. The one who thought loyalty meant safety, that good people stay, that love protects you. Gone. And the worst part? Everyone around you still expects that version to show up. They want you functional, grateful, healing. Smile through it, call it growth. But you know what it really is? Pretending. Performing sanity in a world that doesn't give a shit what broke you, only that you hide the mess. This isn't about what shattered. It's about what's left when everything you built your identity on burns down. Trauma doesn't change you, it detonates you. Everything you built your identity on, trust, beliefs, plans, gone in one hit. You think it's pain, but it's demolition. When the dust settles, nothing looks familiar. You start seeing through everything, people, institutions, words that used to mean something. The curtain's been ripped down, and what's behind it is uglier than you wanted to believe. You can't unsee it, and part of you hates that. The people who told you to stay positive, they're the same ones who looked away when it mattered. Now every fake smile, every hollow platitude grates like sandpaper. You look in the mirror and think, who the fuck am I now? Because the version of you who trusted easily, who believed life was fair, that person's gone. What's left is raw, uncomfortable and unrecognizable. You don't know this new self yet, and you don't trust them either. Most of what you called you was scaffolding, roles you played to feel safe, beliefs you held because you were told they were good. When all that collapses, you meet what's underneath, the you that doesn't perform. And it's disorienting. You're not evolving, you're stripped bare. You're standing in the wreckage of your old life, trying to rebuild with tools that don't fit your hands anymore. That's not regression. That's reality, tearing off the mask and daring you to look. So you adapt. You stop feeling and start managing. You get strategic, you get fast. You build systems for people, for chaos, for yourself. You don't trust words, you trust patterns. You collect evidence like armor plates. You call it independence, but it's control. Because control feels safer than hope. Hope got you hurt. You start predicting people's moods before they walk in the room. You know every exit, every warning sign, every tone shift. You call it intuition, but it's hypervigilance dressed up as wisdom. That version of you, the one fueled by caffeine, fear and adrenaline, they're a machine. Efficient, sharp, impossible to knock down. But machines don't rest, they don't connect, and they don't breathe. At first, it feels like power, because being powerful means no one can touch you. Until you realise power without peace is just a different kind of prison. You've been in fight mode so long, you call tension ambition. You've confused numb for calm. And every time you almost relax, your body whispers. Survival isn't bad, it's what saved you. But it's not a home, it's a bunker. And at some point, you have to decide whether you're living or just not dying. Eventually, the things that kept you alive start eating you alive. Control, isolation, overthinking. They used to make you feel safe. Now they just make you small. You tell yourself you're fine, but fine means numb. Fine means you've been holding your breath so long, you've forgotten you're suffocating. You're not broken. You're just still flinching for a hit that isn't coming. You've worn your armor so long, it feels like skin. And even when the war's over, you don't know how to take it off. So you keep managing your thoughts, your emotions, your image, all of it. Until one quiet night it hits you. You don't even know what peace feels like anymore. That's when the real question shows up. If if I'm not who I was before, and I'm not this guarded version either, then who the hell am I? Psychologists call it liminality. You call it hell. Too awake to go back, too raw to move forward. Nothing fits, everything grates. That's what real change feels like. Not clarity, not calm, just the moment you finally stop mistaking survival for life. Healing isn't about letting go. It's about facing what happened without sugarcoating it. You stop rewriting the story to make other people look better. You stop defending what destroyed you. It's not about forgiving and floating away on some cloud of peace. It's about calling things by their real names. The lies you told, the bullshit you swallowed, the games you played to stay alive. You don't erase it, you absorb it. You learn where it ends, and you begin. You stop chasing normal, because normal was just compliance dressed up as stability. That version of you, the one who played small to keep the peace, died in the blast. Good riddance. You start building something else. Not pretty, not polished, but true. Someone who can feel rage and still not burn everything down. Someone who doesn't need the world's permission to exist. Awareness hurts. It always does. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. That's when the illusion loses power. You're not free because it stopped hurting. You're free because you stopped needing the lie to survive it. At first, you don't even notice it. You're so used to scanning for threats, you don't notice they're gone. Then one day you realize it's quiet. No chaos, no fire to put out, just silence. And instead of relief, it feels foreign. Like you've outlived the version of you built for war. You start noticing weird shit. You don't react to the same triggers. You stop rehearsing arguments you'll never have. You stop explaining what broke you to people who never listened. You stop checking the door twice before you sleep. And you think, when did that happen? There's no big breakthrough, no movie moment, just small absences. The panic that doesn't come, the urge that doesn't hit. Nobody tells you this part. Healing isn't about adding anything. It's deleting what never belonged. Less noise, less pretending, less war with yourself. You still have the memories, but they're background noise now. They don't run the show. You stop needing closure from people who'd rather stay broken. You stop craving apologies that wouldn't fix a thing. You stop mistaking chaos for depth. You're not invincible, you're just present. You finally feel the ground under your feet instead of scanning for impact. Healing didn't make you lighter, it made you solid. You're not chasing peace. You just stopped living in reaction to pain. You're not who you were before it broke. You're not who you became to survive it either. You're what's left when the bullshit burns off. And for the first time, that's enough. So maybe the question isn't who am I after trauma? Maybe it's who do I want to be now that the lies don't work anymore? You don't rebuild by hunting down your old self. That version's gone. You rebuild by facing what's left and refusing to bullshit yourself about it. No pretending, no performance, just brutal honesty. You, standing still, still here. And this time, you belong to yourself.